Let's go. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Previously with the Morning Q crew.
If you experience some kind of neighbor nuisance, you would say, is this better or worse than your situation, all right? A man in the Los Angeles area has been blasting train sounds from his house for months.
Okay, that sounds horrible.
No, we're not talking about like train drops of Jupiter. Okay,
Oh,
not
come
that
on!
train.
Yeah, why train get so much hate? I like that.
The man installed train horns on his property, which blast multiple times a day.
Oh.
They keep going until they run out of air because that's what they run on. It's a legitimate train horn, which has a range of more than 3 miles.
Why would he do that?
Neighbors have been calling the cops for months, but up until this week, they didn't seem to do anything. They come, they talk to the man, they leave. The local news got involved. They did talk to the homeowner. He admitted he is doing it intentionally because he has a personal beef with the police. He claims...
So, wait, but he's not blasting it at a police station. He's blasting it at his neighbors.
Yeah, but the police have to keep dealing with the complaints, I guess. He claims that he's been harassed and threatened by a man for years and the police would not help. So it's the father of an ex, and he claims the guy once got him fired from his job. He believes his life could be in danger. Gary says, that's his name, I want justice to be served. I do sincerely apologize to my neighbors. I honestly, to God, am so sorry to discomfort you guys in your own homes. But I don't know what else to do, is what Gary said. Gary was charged and released, but the noise should stop. Yesterday, the authorities seized the train horns and burglar alarms from his home. So they've had enough. The exact charges he's facing haven't been released, but disturbing the peace has got to be on there.
I'm
right?
sure. So
He seems mental, Nancy. The neighbor seems cray-cray.
So he's the father of an ex? What is that? He's the father of an ex.
No, the person he's worried about is the father of an ex.
Of an ex. Okay, and he claims the guy once got him fired from his job. He believes his life can be... So he thinks so he claims the father of his ex is harassing him, basically.
Yeah, and the police won't do nothing about it.
And so he's trying to get the police's attention...
By blowing the train.
By blowing the train horns and annoying his neighbors. Because that makes perfect sense.
Kind of like my neighbor who stole my plant.
Oh, my goodness. What
It
about
makes
the
perfect
lady
sense.
I used to live next to? This old lady who insisted, and I was in a rent house, but she insisted that the property line was a couple of feet from where my landlord put the fence.
Oh, really?
Like, she insisted it was 2 feet over onto my side where the landlord put the fence.
she was
So
mad.
she was so mad if I walked on the fence line or put my dog on the fence line. And one day she just came out screaming, like, yeah, I wasn't just pulling like some weeds, like that were growing, like vines growing on the out of back of the house.
Yeah.
I didn't even know she was out there. Like, I was just in the back minding my own business, pulling this stuff, and she's just ranting and raving. I thought she was talking to somebody else, and she's yelling, K, K, K.
Whoa.
And this is a white lady. I'm a white lady, so just for reference, okay? I don't know why she's yelling this. And then all of a sudden she appears in my line of view, and she's yelling at me about the fence and screaming like, hey, I don't know if she's saying she's going to call the KKK or she's saying that I'm with them, or I don't know.
She was saying Nancy K.
Maybe
That's what she was saying. Nancy K.
Anyway,
Let's hope so.
Anyway, the other neighbors called the cops on her, and they said, this girl here, they pointed at me, she doesn't make a sound, but they said, that woman's crazy.
Oh.
The cops had to talk to that old lady.
She was saying Nancy KKK.
Maybe that's what she was saying.
All right, the Oxford English Dictionary has added some new words last month, and then now UK's second dictionary has followed suit, Cambridge Dictionary. They just added some words, Nancy. You may have to help me out on some of these. I'm going to pass these on over to you. So
Yeah,
we can
some of
both
them
look
are
at
kind of weird because these are made up words. Of course, when you think about it, all words are made up. But
These are like current hip
these are current,
terminologies.
hip made up words
Terminologies.
by
That's
Gen
not even a word.
Zers, apparently.
Air jail, the act of lifting a pet into the air to stop or prevent bad behavior. That's when you air jail them.
Oh, Jail, like you put them in air jail.
Yeah.
Okay, like like they're locked
Kind of like
up.
they did the Lion King when he picks
Yeah.
him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not what they were singing, but
But it was
you get the
close.
point. Sheila braiding? Is that Sheila braiding? Explaining something in much more detail than is necessary? I mean, you do that all the time.
She liberating?
Yeah, you love to sheliberate.
What? Okay. Well, let's go to man-interpreting.
More explanation makes it more confusing. You're
Okay, maybe you're a man interpreting me sometimes. It's interpreting a woman when she's speaking, usually because the man thinks he has something more important to say. You're a man interpreter, apparently.
I am.
Yes, you are. I'm glad you recognize it. What about metaface? That's when photos are enhanced with filters and make everyone look similarly flawless or unrealistically beautiful. I think we're all suffering from metaface, or most of us, right?
Burnt toast theory. The idea is that a minor inconvenience like burning your toast in the morning might actually be preventing something worse from happening later in the day. That's the burnt toast theory.
I've thought about that most of my life. Like,
you mentioned metaface, smartphone face, when an actor's face looks too modern for them to be believable in a drama set in the past. Smartphone face.
How about chrono working, adapting your work schedule to when you feel most awake and energetic? Boy, I wish we could all do that.
I can't believe they added some of these things to the dictionary. This is like slang terms, basically like career catfishing.
Yeah.
The act of accepting a job offer but not showing up on the first day. How are you going to do that? I'm not keeping you. I'm going back to the applicant list if you don't show up on the first day. Nanoship, a very short romantic interaction with someone with no expectation. It will lead to a real relationship. That's all your relationships, right?
Well, I was literally thinking that. Josh. I'm in a lot of nano-related nanoships.
A lot of them.
That's been most of my relationships the last few years.
Cardboard box index is a way of measuring the health of the economy according to how many cardboard boxes are being produced or shipped.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. There's a lot of cardboard boxes.
DYOR, short for do your own research. Yeah, DYOR, Nancy.
I like the term CYOA.
CYOA, what's that mean?
Cover your own booty, but that's with a B. But you know what I mean? CYOA.
I see what you did there. I wonder if that's already on the dictionary.
It probably was for the last few years. How about broligarchy? I like that one. Like Zuck and Musk are both members. It's a term for tech bros who are extremely powerful and have or want political influence. That's a broligarchy.
Don't forget about
there's your bros.
Bezos.
Yeah, Bezos. Yeah, that's another one. How about a trad wife? It's short for traditional wife. A married woman who stays at home doing cooking, cleaning, and has children she takes care of.
Delulu, short for delusional. We had talked about that a while back on the show. I didn't know what it
meant.
was
a popular one. I've been hearing Delulu for a while now.
Believing things that are not real or true, usually because you choose to.
A lot of people are Delulu.
Yes.
Yes. And number one that's been added to the dictionary, Josh, skibbity.
Skibbity, what does that mean?
They define it as a word that can have different meanings, such as cool or bad, can be used with no real meaning as a joke like, what the skibbity are you doing? Or that wasn't very skibbity-riz of you.
I still don't know what that means.
It's because it doesn't mean anything, but you know what? It's fun to say. I think that's the point.
Fun to say.
Skibbity. All right, Josh. So do you ever get any anxiety about getting a haircut?
I do when I'm like trying a new barber for the first time. I get a little bit every time, though, because you never know if something's going to go wrong. Because sometimes they like to cut it different ways. But I got a really good hair stylist right now, barber. Finally found a place that I can go that is kind of consistent.
It's important, you know? I mean, women get that way, too.
It's hard to find
hair is important. I mean, we like to think, it's a superficial thing, but it's an important part of our identity. You know, it frames our face. It frames the way we look. It's one of the first things people notice about us. And that goes like if you're bald, too. I mean, it's just something that people notice about you at first glance. So it's important. So people would get normally anxiety whenever they're going, but there is a new survey out on men's hairstyles. 21% of men say they feel nervous asking their barber or hairstylist for a new look. And 23% of men have been afraid to ask for specific cuts, even when they really wanted it. So the study found the average guy gets their hair cut 10 times per year, about once every 5 weeks, and has had the same hairstyle for 7 years. So 84% of men say they feel confident with their current do, and 55% have never considered changing it. The other 45% have thought about it, but that doesn't mean they're up for anything. So anyway, here are kind of the top 10 styles ranked by the number of those men who think they could maybe make it work. So what do you feel about a mohawk?
No,
I don't think so. What about a bleached buzz cut?
I like Buzz cut, I don't like it bleached.
Yeah, 7% said a bleached buzz cut, 8% mohawk, a mullet.
No.
8% said mullet. Greased back hair, 10%. Highlights, 11%. Spiked hair, 11%. That used to be very popular, like in the early 2000s. Getting a hard side part, 13%. A middle part with long hair, 13%. I don't like that. I don't like a middle part with long hair. Fully shaved bald, 22%. Chrome dome. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you have a good shape to your head, I think is okay.
What's bad is when you don't have a good shape to your head.
When you don't have a good shape, that's right.
Just put a hat on.
And number 1, letting it grow out. 28% think they could pull it off. Now, I remember for a while, Josh, you had the same haircut for a while.
Very long time.
And I was begging you to just try something new, just to kind of go with your stylist, ask them what they thought.
I had bangs and you didn't like the bangs.
Well, it was okay, but it was more of a college look for you, and you were growing into the man that you were to become. And I was like, let's get you that manly dude.
Contrary to your belief, though, it wasn't because of you.
Really?
It wasn't. Like, I kept having it in the back of my head. I knew you had wanted me to get a different haircut, but I didn't go do it because of you.
That's okay. I don't need to take credit for it.
I was co-hosting with Brandon, and he off the air had told me, he's like, I think you would look good with whatever. And he said the haircut.
So you're going to give it to Brandon?
Yeah, I am. And I was like, really? And I thought, you plus him,
I'll
together,
take that.
I kind of was like, you know what? Maybe I should try it.
Yeah.
And I got on anxiety medicine not long after before that, so I was feeling lucky.
To get on meds.
And I was like, you know what? Why not?
But you know what? It looks better. You look great before, don't get me wrong, but it just looked more grown up.
And to be fair, Brandon also got me where I'm going to get my hair cut at. He told me where
good
he
for
went,
Brandon.
and I went give them a try, and I'm happy there.
I'm glad.
So,
good for Brandon. I really like this new version because it just looks more grown up. Like the old one just looked very college, Josh.
I also didn't immediately. I got my regular haircut there the first time to see how it was.
Yeah.
And then the next time I was like, okay, I think I should do something different. I said what Brandon told me, and then
and I think that's good for other guys too. Like take a step out of your comfort zone sometimes. Just if you find a stylist or a barber you like, you just go up to them and be like, look, I want to try a look. What do you think looks good? And they're trained to do that.
And I get embarrassed to ask like things like that.
I tell my stylist too. I'm like, look, I trust you. You've done this for years. I trust you. What do you think is going to look good on me?
Yeah.
And they never do me wrong. So
one time I got highlights when I was in like middle school. And because I wanted highlights.
Yeah.
But the lady had put so much.
Oh.
And I didn't want that. And when she took that stuff off, I cried. I went home. I cried. We called. I was like, it's too much. She's like, there's nothing I can really do. I was like,
she could have put the low lights back in.
It's like,
if she
why
wanted
did
to.
you put so much bleach in my hair?
Oh, it's okay. It grew out.
I never got highlights again after that.
Oh, it grew out, so it's good. You look good, though. I'll say that. But just guys, trust your
Thank
stylist.
You saw that video on our socials, Mr. Lover.
Did you see my comment?
Yeah.
Nice try, Jan.
So relationships can end over something dumb. It's even more common with dating and flings where there's less investment. Nancy knows all about that, right? That you're in a nano ship? A lot of nano ships?
No, I'm not in a nano
expectation.
ship. No, I'm not in a nano ship anymore.
We talked about that yesterday or 2 days ago.
I was, and I got tired of the nano ships.
Oh.
So, yeah, I've moved on.
People online are talking about the pettiest reasons they stopped hooking up with someone, and honestly, some of them are completely understandable. She got mad I never viewed her Instagram stories. I barely used Instagram. It's not my thing.
God,
some
that is
people are
petty.
like that, yeah.
It is petty.
Especially I find the kids these days, like, you got to think about all those kind of things, right?
I know.
She had this silly oversized beret that I thought was an occasional fashion choice, but it turned out to be a personality piece she wore all the time.
Was it a raspberry one?
It might have been.
She had a raspberry beret.
It might have been the one Prince sang about.
I know, right?
Can you find in a
second-hand store?
He had his last name tattooed across his back.
Why? That's an odd choice.
That is a very odd choice, and I would wonder about other choices he would make in the future if he decided to do that.
Right.
He never said thanks to anyone for anything. That does bother me.
That would bother me too.
If you come across as unappreciative,
yeah,
it's not a good thing. and they chewed way too loud. I might be guilty of that from time to time.
I would ask them, hey, could you kind of tone it down? Like, I would work with them, but if they insisted on chewing really loud, that might be a deal breaker.
Really?
It annoys me so much when they chew really loudly, and I know now you're going to do it just out of spite, just to mess with me.
On our first date, she talked about shoes for 3 hours.
Oh,
I thought she was nervous, so I booked the second date. 15 minutes into it, she began talking about how amazing the shoes someone had in front of her were. I told her things weren't going to work out.
I don't blame him. You need to find other hobbies.
Poor thing. Maybe that's all she knows.
Oh, that's sad. Maybe maybe her family's full of shoemakers, you know?
It might be.
Yeah.
They littered, this one person said.
You're not just throwing trash
I don't like a
around.
litter bug.
No.
They ruined the ending of the X-Files for me.
Oh, no.
Spoilers!
No, you're not going to spoil things for me.
He always peed on my toilet and all around it.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm not putting up with that.
You can just bring it up to them, though. If that's the only thing that you don't like about them, like...
No, if you're a grown man and I have to tell you to clean up after yourself, no, that's a deal breaker.
I don't like that when I go to the bathroom and I see all kind of stuff after. I'm like, who leaves a bathroom looking like this?
First of all, why can't you aim in the first place? But secondly, why can't you clean up after yourself is another. Why does somebody have to tell you to clean up after?
I always look before I leave the restroom.
You're
what
a
it
gentleman,
looks like.
Josh.
Because I don't want to leave all kind of like sometimes you go to the bathroom. I don't know what is on that toilet. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
But how did you not see that?
Why are you not looking to see if you left anything behind? But I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell a grown man to clean up after himself. If I start a date, if it's the first date, you're peeing on my toilet, or well, first of all, you wouldn't be in my house on the first date. But I'm just saying, I shouldn't have to tell you at all to clean up after yourself. It's a deal breaker.
He talked nonstop while I was trying to watch a show.
Yeah, deal breaker.
Someone else said we went to the movies and she would constantly ask me questions and make comments throughout. Baby talk. I hate baby talk. I'm an adult. Speak to me like an adult.
That would annoy me.
I think it's kind of cute sometimes.
Sometimes, but constantly.
She didn't want me to get a phone case with Carlton from the Fresh Prince on it. I realized she didn't share my sense of whimsy and fun.
Yeah, let people enjoy what they want to enjoy.
So what is a petty part or turn off for you that makes you want to stop hooking up? You ditch someone. We want to know.
The peeing on the toilet is not petty. That's decent hygiene. That's not petty at all.
Q93FM.com. Use the Q93 app or DM us at Q93 Alexandria and at Morning Q Crew. If she doesn't watch Harry Potter,
that's petty.
She don't like Disney World. I think I don't have to worry about
it's
that.
It's petty but justifiable.
Apple TV raised its monthly subscription cost by 30% last week.
That's a lot.
It's now going to cost you $12.99 instead of $9.99. That's for new customers. Existing customers will see that increase within the next 30 days. So how lovely of them. They'll give you a 30-day window. Apple's annual rate is $99.99. That will not change. So if you pay the yearly amount ahead, it's cheaper in the long run. Apple TV is expected to lose its Friday Night Baseball partnership with MLB. But on the upside, Ted Lasso is coming back for a fourth season. They also have popular shows like Severance, The Morning Show, The Studio, Shrinking. I do like The Morning Show, but I haven't seen the last season.
I've heard Severance is very popular.
Yeah, I hear things about that too. Apple TV Plus is also still the only major streaming service without an ad-supported option, so it's a little higher too.
That's probably why.
Maybe that'll be their next step. They'll come out with the ad-supported option, and it'll be a little cheaper that way.
Yeah,
you know?
I'd rather have the ad option and just save some money.
I do too. I find the ads are fine. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll go get some food. I'll check my phone or whatever. So let us know if you're an Apple TV Plus subscriber, or if you plan on subscribing, if this turns you off or not. What do you think about the price increase? Talk about the recommendations and the beef with Netflix, Nancy.
Okay, well, first of all, you were talking about Apple TV and their price going up. So my little beef, before I get to our little main story, which is what they're offering now based on recommendations, but my little beef with Netflix, you have to pay extra if you want to watch picture-in-picture. So, if you want to watch on your phone and you want to do something else on your phone while you're watching Netflix, you have to pay extra for that.
Are you sure about that? Because I use picture-in-picture, and I have, the HD plan.
I have, I guess the basic plan. So you can't do it. You have to go up a grade.
I'm gonna see what plan I have then, because I do picture-in-picture all the time, and I only pay.
I can do it with
lowest.
other things. I can do it with HBO. I'm sorry, Max, HBO, but whatever they're calling themselves now. I can do it with them. I can do it with Hulu. I can do it with anything else, basically. I can do it with YouTube, but I can't do it with Netflix. And I had to look and look and look for it, but they don't let you do it unless you pay a certain plan.
I have a standard with ads HD.
Me
plan.
too.
Well, I do it fine.
How do you do it?
I minimize the screen. I did it the last 2 weeks when my internet was out. By the way, I got my internet fixed.
Did they change it now? Did enough people
Maybe it's something in your settings that's not letting you do
because I have tried numerous times to do picture-in-picture, and it won't. I've gone on message threads, and a lot of people are having the same issue. And they say you have to upgrade, and it'll tell you when you go to pick a plan, it'll say, oh, with this plan, you can do picture-in-picture. So
Maybe I'm losing. You know what? I'm thinking of YouTube is
That's
what I'm doing.
I know you're
picture
thinking
with.
of it because I'm on Netflix right now on my phone, and I cannot minimize the screen.
I wonder why they wouldn't let you minimize the screen.
Because you have to pay extra. That's
But
my
that's
beef with
stupid.
it. Is
It's not what they're afraid you're not going to pay attention to the ads or something if it's minimized.
probably no. They just want more money.
Wow.
Yeah, but they are offering, like, you know how they always give you recommendations? So now apparently, if you thought their recommendations were arbitrary or off the mark, well, now they launched a new feature called your Zodiac Watch List. So now they're going to do it based on your astrological sign. So for one example, so I'm a Scorpio. So Scorpios are said to be passionate, charismatic, seductive, and mysterious. So they'll make suggestions like Wednesday and the Night Agent. Okay, Leos, like my niece Lila, she just had her birthday. She's a Leo. Leos are supposedly confident, generous, and loyal. So their recommendations will include content about royalty and leaders like The Crown and Bridgerton. No, you don't have to give Netflix any personal information. All subscribers can see the suggestions for every sign. So I'm trying to look for it right now, and I'm trying to look for, would it be under categories? So I'm looking for it now.
It may have not updated for you yet, though.
Maybe not. Maybe you have to hit the update option, but that's pretty cool, though, because...
Well, here's a recommendation I have for Netflix. Stop being a tightwad and
Yeah.
let us minimize the screen when we're on our
Right.
phones.
I'm sorry.
That's lame. That's nickel and diamond.
I know, like HBO Max, whatever, it lets me do it, you know?
That's nickel and
All these
diamond.
other services you can minimize and
That
play
makes me
picture-in-picture,
mad.
but not Netflix. You have to watch you have to pay
Ooh, that
extra.
makes me mad.
I know. All right, Josh. So, what do you call it when you are handling your job? Okay, you might be crushing it at work.
I'm slaying it.
You're slaying it. You're crushing it, but secretly, you're not doing that great. You know, you're not doing that great mentally, I guess. So, there is a new term for that.
Tired?
No, well, it's called quiet cracking.
Tired what?
Quiet cracking.
Quiet cracking?
Yeah. So you're meeting all your deadlines. You're on the surface. It seems like you're doing fine. But behind the scenes, you feel like you can't keep it up much longer. So according to a new poll, it's really common now. A company that does workplace training coined the term a few months ago. They say it's a step above burnout, but you haven't hit quite quitting stage yet. So it's like you haven't hit the stage where you're like, I'm done with this job, I'm ready to quit. That's when you're doing the bare minimum to keep your job. Okay, another poll found if you are cracking, you're not alone. Most of us are. 59% said they're currently quiet cracking. I have to stop myself from saying.
It's hard to say that.
From saying
quiet cracking.
I want to say quiet quacking.
I do too. I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah, quiet cracking. And another 20% said they were recently. So that's almost 80% of employees. So here are the top 5 reasons people say it's happening. Okay, number 5, poor compensation. 31% said that. 2 or more that just missed the top 5 are a lack of recognition and limited opportunities for growth. Okay, number 4, repetitive work. It gets tired. It's monotonous. Yes.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
No, right. Number 3, bad management. 36% said that. 40% of people said personal life stress. That came in at number 2. And
that
number
makes a
1.
difference. You got a lot going on in your personal life.
Yes. Number 1 reason for quiet cracking, too much work. 43% blame an excessive workload. So
we in America, we just work and work and work and work.
It's worse in Japan, though. I've seen
really?
because I saw a little news segment on Japan not long ago. I mean, they are working them really hard, like overworking in the hours. Like they are sleeping at work. Like that's how bad it is. They're sleeping at their jobs like overnight. because they're made to put in extra hours. Like, it's really bad. But we have it bad here too. So the top ways we cope with it are by taking time off and looking for a new job, because some of us are just done. 62% of crackers. Wait,
hey,
is that a racist term?
I take offense to that remark.
62% of crackers say they're at least somewhat likely to leave their job in the next 6 months. So maybe employers should kind of pay attention to this segment right here. I mean,
are you quiet cracking for a while? That's not good for your health.
It's not good for your mental health at all. It really isn't.
I go through phases where things get a little stressful and more busy than other times. So I start to maybe quiet crack a little bit, and then it kind of goes away, but then it'll start picking up again.
I know, and it kind of helps if you have coworkers who are going through the same thing. You can kind of vent to each other, but management should really pay attention. Bosses should pay attention to this kind of stuff, because some of it has to do with bad management, repetitive work, and too much workload, So
yeah. When we come back, though, I got a cure for your hangover, Nancy. That's right, you cracker. Stay tuned.
Hey!
Q93. Guess what? You might be feeling a little rough today, not because you're quiet cracking, but because you're having a hangover. You had a little too much partying over the weekend.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
So TikTok is going viral for this new hangover cure, okay? It's pretty simple. You just stick your face in a bowl of ice water. So right now at work, get you some ice, get you some water, and dunk your face like you're diving and bobbing for apples, all right?
Oh, really?
It's supposed to help you feel better thanks to something known as the mammalian diving reflex. That's the word I'm looking for. Basically, when the ice cold water hits our face, our body reacts by shutting down certain functioning. So our heart rate might slow down, and that will slow down certain body processes, right?
Yeah,
correct grammarly. Like digestion.
Yeah.
That might make you feel slightly less nauseous.
Okay,
so,
that sounds like it could be, accurate.
I mean, one expert weighed in and said there's no scientific evidence to support this method. Of course, they're going to say that because they're scientists and they probably haven't looked into it themselves. But, if you waking up this morning and you are having not your best morning, maybe get some iced water. Boom, dunk your face in there. And you might get out and he's like, hey, I'm not hungover anymore, or at least not as hungover.
It's been a very long time since I've been hungover, because I don't like to drink because I hate the way I feel afterwards.
Right.
That's the main reason why. But
maybe you can start drinking more now that you can do
this.
this.
I don't know. Maybe I'd be willing to try that just to see if it works. I mean, what's the worst that can happen is at least I'm awake now. I mean, it can't be that. At least it's refreshing. It's going to be. It can't be that dangerous on just your face. You know what I'm saying?
You do it in the morning when you wake up, and you can put your facial scrub to wash your face at the same time.
You'll feel. I can imagine it'll make you feel better. At least it'll definitely wake you up.
Kill two birds with one stone. Wash your face. That's right.
Dunk it, you quiet cracker, you.
On to our 5 random facts. Number 1, the last wild cow died in Poland in 1627.
Aw. To tell you the truth, you never think about wild cows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They always just seem just domesticated, farm animals, and I never think of them as being wild, but R.I.P. cow. So the world's oldest beer recipe.
Did you just say R.I.P. cow?
Yeah, from 1627. The world's oldest beer recipe comes from approximately 1800 BC in ancient Mesopotamia, and people today have brewed it, and, well, Josh, they found it tasted a little bit dry.
A little bit dry.
A little bit dry.
Nobody like it dry.
No.
Number 3, the first athlete in the U.S. to ever earn $1 million in his lifetime.
$1 million. Okay, go ahead.
Was a bare knuckle boxer named John L. Sullivan in 1882.
Dang, that was in his life. Wow.
First athlete. Now, $1 million for an athlete is pocket change.
But I know, but in 1882,
that's a lot of money.
That was a lot of money. Okay, well, Blink 182 was originally called Blink. There was an Irish band named Blink that threatened to sue them, and the Irish Blink wound up opening a show for Blink 182 about 4 years later. 182 was just randomly picked number.
I wonder how that works, because Amazon has a security system called Blink.
Really?
And I wonder how that works. Because I always wanted to, how they have that Prime energy drink, or that Prime drink? Mm-hmm. But you have Amazon Prime.
Because it's not the same type of product.
Yeah, but that would bother me.
Would it?
If my thing is called Prime, don't you have a Prime drink?
Yeah, I guess. But I guess it's so removed from the product, like
same
nobody would
marketplace.
mistake it for the same thing, you know?
It's not like these are two bands, so it's easy.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
two
confused.
bands, so you would definitely, because I remember when there was an actress, Vanessa Williams. You know the actress Vanessa Williams, actress, singer.
Yeah.
Well, there was an actress on Melrose Place back in the day called Vanessa L. Williams. She had to put the L in there to not be confused with Vanessa Williams.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And number 5, it takes 872 gallons of water to produce 1 gallon of wine.
Wow.
872 gallons
That's
of
a
water.
lot. I had no idea that much water
That's
went
about
into
how
making-
much water was coming out of the line and by my house. They're putting in fiber and they hit a water line and it was just
Really?
gushing. Yeah. Idiots. They did that
That's
in the other town next to me too.
They did that in my hometown
yeah,
too.
they jacking up everything.
They were hitting water lines left and right.
They didn't call
trying to
before
put
they
in fiber.
did.
No, you're right.
They didn't
didn't.
call Louisiana 811. They come marked everything and they still butchered
Our
everything.
water pressure was messed up. Like how
Yeah.
much water they wasted for our towns.
I know. My
Our
ditch
resources.
was full like it rained all day. I was like, what the heck?
Man.
Come on, call before you dig.
Right. All right, Josh. This one, a woman in Washington State, a 21-year-old named Jasmine Hernandez, was arrested Monday morning after being caught speeding. She was clocked in at a whopping 74 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. But listen, it gets better. When the police asked where she was going in such a hurry, Jasmine said she was on her way to the courthouse, Josh, to pay for a speeding ticket. So she got pulled over speeding on her way to go
Why
pay
was
for a
she
speeding
such
ticket.
a hurry to go pay a speeding ticket?
She wasn't making the joke on a cuff either. She was actually on her way to pay for a previous infraction from 17 days ago. Yeah, so also Jasmine was hit with a reckless driving charge on Monday because in addition to speeding, she illegally drove into oncoming lane to pass a vehicle. And she was also cited for driving without insurance and operating a vehicle without a valid driver's license.
She needs to be taken off the road.
She does, Josh. She does. So hopefully she will be off the roads for a while.
Repeat offender. I have no respect for people driving without license. Well, license I get sometimes, but insurance, that burns.
And illegally into an oncoming lane. I mean, second, speeding.
Nancy, I did that the other day here in Alexandria. I went a different way to the interstate over here, and it's a weird area where it curves off, and then it curves off here.
Yeah.
And then in the middle you have like this grass and concrete. And I was going to the interstate, and I was like, oh no, I'm going the wrong way. And I went, and it was a one-way. And luckily this car come, and he was flagging me down. And when I backed up, I knew it was a one-way. I started backing out. He goes, it's a one-way. And I was like, I know.
You know what happened to me on the traffic circle on the roundabout? This was the other day as I was leaving. This vehicle, you know how at certain points you can't pass someone? I mean,
they block it up.
You block it, so if it's a solid line, you can't cross it. Nah, this other person was
They don't
crossing
give a
it.
crap about that.
They didn't care, and you know what? Because of that, they almost hit somebody. So they got really close to hitting somebody.
It's bad in that traffic circle.
It
and they
is
all
really
want to jump
bad.
in the right lane they need to be in at the last second.
This other woman, you know what she did, Josh? I was following behind this woman, and I'm really careful not to get too close behind them, but we were getting ready to turn, okay? We were in a turning lane, and I was behind her, okay? We were stopped in a turning lane, okay? She leans out her SUV, opens the door, looks at me, and I can't hear her, but I can understand what she's saying. She's like, get off my beep.
Whoa,
like
she
my butt.
said that to you?
She did. I was
Alec?
like, yes. This is like 2 days
Why
ago.
didn't you tell me about that?
I forgot about it because it was so stupid.
How
I'm
did
like,
you forget
I
about
wasn't
that?
even following her that close. I wasn't even like on her bumper.
She's probably on drugs.
She was just mad about the world, I
Probably.
guess. She opens her door. She's like, get off my butt, basically.
People are so angry about everything. It's such a
I
rush
just
for
looked
everything.
at her and I just started laughing. And then as soon as she could go, she took off speeding into the opposite. I'm like, whatever. At least she's not going where I'm going. I don't want to deal with that.
You better than me. That would have been like, I ain't on your butt, but if you want me to, I can.
I wanted to blow the horn and just kind of stick her the finger, but I didn't. I
It's
just
best
laughed
just
because
to
it
let
was
it
so it was so ridiculous to me. I'm like, she talking to me?
Because you're not gonna. It's just gonna keep raising the temperature.
Yeah,
It's
and I
just
forgot about it after a while because it was just something funny to me, and I just moved on from it.
It ain't worth it because they'll pull a gun out on you.
I
today,
know. That's
you know?
why I just thought it was funny.
That's today's crazy criminal and a couple of crazy stories
In
that
Alec.
happened to us in good old Alec. You know anything? Nancy, you and I are both Disney fans,
Yes.
Disney adults.
Mm-hmm.
I may go to the parks a little more than you do, but we're both fans of it.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's fashion choices that you can make that get you kicked out of Disney?
I do. I don't know all of them, but one of them I know for sure: you can't dress like the characters if you're an adult.
So here are some don'ts if you're planning to go to the Disney parks, all right? Number 1, costumes for adults. Kids under 12 can dress like their favorite princess or pirate, but grown-ups are out of luck. Disney wants the official characters in the park to be the only ones in costume, is to preserve the magic for children.
Yeah, you don't want somebody who's like a potential jerk dressed up as their favorite character that's going to be like, really rude to them.
And then people go into them thinking it's a meet and greet.
It's them.
Yeah.
That it's exactly. Because I totally get that, and I understand why. And I understand wanting to dress up like your favorite character, but you have to understand there are horrible people out there who want to dress up like them. You really want your kid walking up to some stranger dressed up like Winnie the Pooh, and you don't know who's under that costume. You know what I mean?
Outfits with long trains or dragging fabric. Think floor-length gowns, giant capes, or anything that you could trip onto, or someone else could trip in the crowd.
Yeah, it's not safe.
Disney cites safety concerns, especially on rides. You don't want to be on a ride and your cape gets caught up in the wheel or something, right?
Can you imagine? Like, you're just going to be, like, hanging up there. That's just
Plus, everybody's stepping on your stuff.
Yeah.
Revealing attire, bikinis, crop tops that mimic swimwear, overly skimpy clothing are off limits. Shoes are required at all times as well.
Why would you go barefoot in that park? That was so nasty. Why would you? And you would just...
feet would burn.
Your feet would burn. You would have blisters. You'd step on stuff.
But some of the stuff people wear, they're kind of skimpy. I'm like,
You see, yeah, some of it's kind of skimpy, but also, like, have a little, modesty. Come on, there's a lot of kids in there.
It's always the ugliest people that want to show up all their bodies. I'm like, girl, did you look in the mirror and really decide to wear that? It's like, maybe you want to see this, but we don't. Like,
there's a little bit of truth in that. I'm not gonna lie.
Scary or offensive clothing, anything that might frighten children or clash with the Disney family-oriented vibe is banned. So not like horror costumes or shocking graphics or offensive stuff.
And you could do some of that, like if you go to like Universal Halloween Horror Nights and stuff. I don't know if you could wear like the actual like full costumes, but you could be a little, scarier during those times.
Offensive tattoos, if you have ink that could be seen as vulgar or inappropriate, they'll ask you to cover it up before entering in the park.
Now that one, I didn't know about that one, but I guess it kind of makes sense if it's like overtly obvious because there's so many kids over there, but it's not going to kill you to just kind of wrap it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just wrap it up.
Just put like a little, like they do in the NBA, or in football, like in sports.
My aunt always told me, just wrap it up. I said, no, I'm not, but I will wrap up this break. We're just getting started this morning. People online are sharing the weirdest flexes they've heard someone say with a straight face. Sometimes people flex about weird things, Nancy.
They do.
Of course, this is from BuzzFeed. A manager prided herself on being crazy busy all the time. She proudly told people she hasn't listened to music in 15 years because she doesn't have time.
That is a weird flex.
Sometimes you do that, Nancy. You're like, weird flex, but I got 6 jobs.
5.
A coworker boasted about not using their paid time off. The days don't roll over or pay out, so she thought, so you're working for free, basically?
Yeah, why would you brag about that? That's not a flex. Like, you are working for free. Use those paid time. If they don't roll over, use that.
My brother-in-law is almost 60 and brags about never eating fruits or vegetables. He thinks it's funny that his kids and grandkids are the same.
That's not y'all not healthy. Y'all need it.
My cousin once bragged. She's like, I don't drink water. I only drink Dr. Pepper.
That's not.
I was like, that's not good.
That's not good for you, honey. No.
Your body isn't made of 99% Dr. Pepper.
No, like your teeth can't be that good either. Like, come on.
I had a boss who would call my handwriting ugly and chicken scratch. She claimed she won an award for her handwriting in 3rd grade, and that was probably 60 years ago. You always picking on my handwriting.
Yeah, I am. But who's bragging about third? Like, you peaked in 3rd grade. That's what this woman's basically saying. Like, they peaked in 3rd grade with their handwriting.
I've always been told I had good handwriting for a guy.
For a guy, yeah. You know who had great
flex.
handwriting? My dad had a really great handwriting. Like, it was very impressive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was very impressed with my dad.
He did work at the post office, so maybe he had to have good handwriting.
Yeah, he worked at the front desk, so yeah, I think he did have to have good handwriting.
A guy hitting on me at the bar in Los Angeles proudly said he was just in a national pedigree commercial. Pedigree as in the dog food.
Yeah, so
Weird
dog,
flex.
boy, you a mutt? Get it?
I'm a
Dog,
dog. I'm a mutt. National Dog Days today, if you missed
right.
it. My cousin bragged that he had never used sunscreen in his life while peeling like a lobster on vacation.
Oh, that's not good. He needs to get checked. He needs to do a skin cancer screening right away.
A patient bragged about not drinking water. She told me that if Guy wanted her to drink water, he would have made it taste better.
What? What is
That's
wrong
so
with
dumb.
these people? Y'all
So
need
dumb.
to drink water.
Guy would have made it taste better.
Y'all
Really?
messed up. Okay, get the little add-ins for it if you want. You know what I'm saying?
Someone was proud of themselves for once chugging a whole jar of pickle juice, which destroyed the lining of their
I'm
stomach.
sure.
I had chugged a lot of pickle juice before, so much so I started sweating and like.
You know what? Yesterday
It
I
was
had
good.
a couple little pickles and I drank a
bet you
little bit
did.
of the juice.
Someone
Wow.
also bragged about living in another country for years and never eating the local cuisine.
Why would you do that? If you're living in another country, like live amongst the people, sample the cuisine.
One person said, my ex-boss said he doesn't even know the name of his son or how old he is exactly.
What?
His son and wife live in the same house. He's just a jerk.
What? That's so
Some
mean.
guy said he never reads and thought it made him look cool. I've done that before. I never read. When I was in school, I was an idiot.
I think that was an old Chris Rock joke too. Like Chris Rock had a stand-up that he biked.
And last, I know someone who jokes about never doing anything around the house. My wife does it all. I met your wife, dude. She's miserable.
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
Come on, y'all.
These aren't flexes, guys. Like
That's
y'all,
not flexes.
people, y'all quit bragging and y'all drink some water.
Let us know. What's the weirdest flex you ever heard someone say? Maybe at school, at work, in the office, at home. Let us know. You can go to Q93FM.com. You can use the shout-out feature in the Q93 app, or you can DM us, Q93 Alexandria and at Morning Q Crew. Nancy, you said there's a new term called Shrekking, like Shrek,
Yes,
Like
just like Shrek.
the ogre?
Yes, the beloved ogre. So Shrekking is the hot new dating term that's trending right now. So it's when you date down and you pick someone you're not really attracted to because you think it means they'll be nice. But then you find out they're ugly and they're a jerk.
Wait, I'm confused. So you're the Shrek or you're dating Shrek?
You're dating Shrek. So
That is horrible.
It is. It's mean, Josh. I mean, this is absolutely horrible. I know most people wouldn't describe the character Shrek as a mean guy, but it's based on the plot where Princess Fiona takes a chance on an ogre, right? So to be clear,
But she was an ogre too.
not in the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah. So to be clear,
I
it
don't
is.
remember. I haven't seen it in a while.
I've never seen it, but I'm familiar with the plot, though. But it is also possible to be Shreked by a woman, but it's a term that's mostly being used about men because obviously, you know. So USA Today talked to a dating coach who said the term is new, but the trend isn't. Quote, plenty of people have put looks lower on the list or hoped attraction would grow over time. She says that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can backfire if you assume you'll be treated better just because you're dating down. In other words, don't judge a book by its cover. Yes, that hot guy at the bar might be a jerk, but don't assume his dumpy friend is nice just because he's got
ugly.
a wonky eye and no hair. He might be a jerk too. And that's true. I mean, I'm just saying anybody could be a jerk, so don't date like just assuming that they're going to be nice just because they're not as attractive as you would like them to be.
I get it, but then it's like...
It's kind of mean the way they put it,
yeah.
though. I don't like the way they're putting it. Like, oh, they're not attractive, so they must be nice. Like, just...
There's nice, ugly people, and there's
They're-
nice
exactly.
people. I mean, there's, you know what I'm
The
trying
jerks
to say.
come in
I'm
every...
so confused.
Jerks come in every size, shape, color, hairline, everything. There's a jerk in every flavor. That's how I put it. But there's nice people in every
There's
flavor.
a jerk in every flavor.
There's a jerk in every flavor. So
Oh,
just,
gosh.
yeah. Anyway, but that's Shrekking. That's what Shrekking is.
That is
You know,
Shrekking.
I really need to watch the movies.
Nancy, we were talking about Hooters a moment ago. They're on life support. Behind the
Yeah.
scenes, people are trying to figure out how to administer a defibrillator without it looking too naughty. Earlier this year,
I don't think it's possible.
Hooters announced plans for a makeover to make it more family-friendly. But since then, more locations have closed. During the bankruptcy hearing, there's been a battle for control. We've kind of talked about this on the show in the past about Hooters. One of the current bosses thinks he can turn things around. His name is Neil Kiefer. Kiefer.
Like
who-
Sutherland?
You know who... Anyway.
I imagine it's like Kiefer
Neil
Sutherland.
Kiefer thinks that balancing the family-friendly thing and the tongue-in-cheek sexy vibe can help them out. He says you can expect it to be definitely tacky. I don't know if tacky is what you need to go for.
Delightfully tacky.
Oh, yeah, delightfully tacky, he
What
said.
is delightfully tacky?
Waitresses would still wear orange shorts and not the bikini-style bottoms that some locations had introduced a while back. He said that I think you're going to see a bunch of butt cheeks hanging out.
Okay, wow.
Kiefer also wants to fix up locations that are run down. Update the menu that has grown too long. Keep prices reasonable because times are tough right now for a lot of Americans. The hardest part, giving people a reason to come back to Hooters, Nancy.
Okay.
When restaurants with better food are struggling to attract customers, a gimmick can separate you from the pack.
Maybe that's the key. Restaurants with better food. Maybe that's the point.
They need a fresh spin.
Maybe so. So he's doing away with the butt cheeks.
No, there's going to be a bunch of butt cheeks hanging out, but it's going to be more of a delightful tacky than it's going to be sexy.
Well, he did say, I don't think you're going to see a bunch of butt cheeks hanging out.
Oh, I read that wrong in the article.
Yeah.
I thought he said you will see.
No, so he's changing the shorts so that you're not going to see.
So it's delightfully tacky with a little tongue-in-cheek sexy vibe.
Right. So they're going to do away with that. They're going to make it a little like, it's going to be toned down.
Well, you're going to lose all your base is what you're going to do.
You better make the food better. That's all I can say.
But it's kind of like Cracker Barrel. People are pooing all over their logo, and rightfully so. It's a very bland logo.
I was literally scrolling through YouTube, and they had a little poll on there, like who likes the original versus that. Yeah, it was like 85%.
It's very bland, but they've got to do something. Cracker Barrel is struggling also.
But
so
the logo change isn't going to do a dang thing to help with your struggle.
But they're doing the menu changes, and inside they're redoing the store and the decoration and stuff. But people online, if you read the comments, they're like, leave it alone. They can't leave it alone. They're going under. They got to do something.
A lot of places are going under. I don't know what's going to fix these big chains like that. I don't know what's going to make it better.
I don't know. Even McDonald's is kind of struggling a little bit. They were like, we're going to lower our prices back to what they were before we increase them and people stop coming.
Well, and then they were doing the, what do you call that? The price surging during the middle of the day.
They were talking about it, yeah.
Oh, in the middle of the day during the peak hours, you're going to pay more.
I'm not a fan of that. They're going to end up doing that eventually, though. Walmart and everybody's going to end up doing that.
Everybody's going to do surge pricing.
I'm just going to go shopping at midnight then. Get my stuff real cheap.
That's why then everybody's going to switch to doing it on Amazon and then just order in the middle of the night or something whenever, their surge pricing is off.
I don't like Amazon. My stuff gets delivered. It's all destroyed.
I know. Like, there's something wrong.
Sucks.
Well, no, I'm fine at my house. I think it's just at your address. You have the worst luck where you live with your internet, with your post office. You have horrible problems where you live.
With my neighbor who stole my plants. Now that I'm mad, we'll take a short break. Google look at the top trending how to stop buying blank searches that we've been Googling this year. And unless you're a kid, number one on the list is one of the nerdy addictions that you can have. But to each their own, how to stop buying Pokemon cards.
Oh.
I think it's actually pronounced Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I say Pokemon.
Everybody I've known says Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah. It's become a real problem. Full-grown adults are fighting each other for boxes at Walmart and Costco.
That's crazy.
One woman recently turned to Reddit for advice after her husband racked up $100,000 in debt over Pokemon
Here's my
cards.
advice: divorce.
There's no money for divorce, Nancy.
I don't care. Do an emergency divorce session. Say, look, I want my financial account divorced from his at least.
No, it's too late for that.
I want my credit divorced from his.
I'm actually a fan of married couples having like a joint account and then separate accounts.
Yeah, but also I want my credit divorced from his. Like, I don't want my credit affected by his at all. Dang.
How to stop buying water bottles. It seems like everyone has 10 of them now.
I know, and I keep getting them as gifts for, like, people keep giving them to me as gifts, and it's like, oh, that's so cute, but it's like, yo, stop, man.
I have, my name is Josh.
Uh-huh.
And I have a bottle and mug addiction. I don't see many mugs that I don't like. I was talking about burgers. I haven't seen many mugs that I don't like. When I go to vacation, I gotta buy at least a mug.
I used to have mugs. That used to be my thing, and I stopped because it's like I'm running out of room in my cabinet. So I stopped all that.
And then I'm really crazy and anal because if I really like the mug, I don't want to use it because it's too pretty.
I know.
I don't want to mess it up.
Well,
It's
some
nice.
of them, like if I want to buy like the water bottle, it's like the big tumbler bottles.
Yeah.
Some of them they just don't hold in the coldness, that I want. Like if I have ice in there,
They're not insulated enough.
It's not insulated enough, exactly. So it's like, it's just for pretty.
It's just for pretty.
It takes up too much room. It's like I don't want those anymore.
How to stop buying books. If you can't afford them and actually read them, no problem. I mean, if you can afford them and actually read them, no problem. But if not, Google the word library.
Yeah, just go to the library, man. And you can get them if you want, like, just get the ebooks or you can get the ebooks through the library for free,
Says
too.
the book hoarder, Nancy K.
No, I stopped buying them, though, because I have that problem.
My aunt has that problem.
Yeah, my dad had that problem, too.
She goes to the library and you can get, like, books for, like, 25 cents or whatever. And she just loads up.
I used to do that because my dad used to do that, and I had to stop myself. I'm like, I'm never going to finish reading all of these. So I stopped, so I don't even do it anymore.
Oh, man. How to stop buying clothes. If you can't find room in your closet or dresser, you probably got enough clothes. My rule is you always got to get rid to put in new.
That's the thing. You have to if you haven't worn it in like a couple of years, get rid of it.
Yeah, because you're out of space. You can't
have
all that.
If you don't fit into it anymore, donate it to, there's a lot of places that need, and especially if they're in really good condition, you're just not wearing them anymore, just donate it.
them.
People need those, man.
Just don't donate your used drawers.
No, that's nasty.
How to stop buying fast fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Same as the last one. Cheap clothes that you buy. I see people on the TikTok shop. They buy all this fake junk sometimes, That's a problem.
And look, some of that stuff you see on those Facebook shops, they're just getting that from like the overseas stores like Shein or Temu, and they're just reselling it for like 500 times the amount that they're buying it off there.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Like you're paying 500 times the amount. Just go get, if you really want it, just order it off of Shein or Temu or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things like that. It becomes addictions, kind of, right? And you realize you don't need it.
I know. And the older I get, the less I want to be surrounded by stuff. Like I want to do more minimalist. I don't want things anymore.
93 is Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Google says 4 big trends from this year, 2025, are already on the decline. And yes, Nancy, as you said earlier in the show, 2025 is on the decline, but that doesn't mean that these trends have to die with it. I mean, sometimes trends carry over to the next year, okay? So, Labubu's.
Okay.
I think that's what that is.
I don't know. I don't know. I think you're right. I think it is Labubu.
Google searches peaked in June and held steady until July, but now they're tanking. It might be like Beanie Babies, those Labubus.
Yeah, that's what that is, Labubu. Remember that
they're ugly. I don't know what people are crazy, but they're freaky looking.
No, they're kind of cute and
they're
ugly.
Like porcelain doll looking ugly things. Ugh.
I think they're kind of cute, but I do remember seeing the video of a couple of women just fighting over them. They got into a knockout fight over those. Yeah.
Remember, they're trends because they don't stick around. All right?
That's right.
I mean, you kind of have this with everything, right? Like the Squishmallows, I think that's starting to die a little bit. Funko Pops, they're struggling. Like all those little things, it's just kind of.
I had a little mini Funko Pop collection.
Yeah, I had some too. I got rid of a lot because I had too many. I was like, this is getting out of control.
It is. It's like I realized after a while, like, why do I have these? What are they doing? They're just collecting dust. They provide nothing in my life. Why do I still have these?
They're supposed to look cool on your shelf, Nancy.
They do for a little while, and it's like, but I wasted my money on that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they used to be cheap. Now they're like $15.
I know, man. That's the
they
went up on
10.
price. Yeah.
All right, so lobster sweaters.
I had to look this up, Josh. Just now I looked at it, and I was like, "Where lobster sweaters?" And I'm like, literally, they're just sweaters with a picture of a lobster on them. Why is that a trend?
Things, I know someone that works at Five Below, and she tells me that on TikTok things go viral, and then people go crazy about certain items they sell, and then they all come in looking for that $30 item, and it's really nothing in particular.
It's just a sweater with a lobster on it, and it's, I don't know. It looks like something from the 80s.
Bubble skirts.
That's something else I have to look up now.
Well, that was in the 50s and 80s and then early 2000s. They keep coming back, bubble skirts.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. I do remember those. I didn't know they came back, honestly.
Beaded bags, too. Purses covered in colorful bead designs. That took off on TikTok.
Yeah, those keep coming back. Yeah.
So those are some of the things that are coming back but dying and coming back and dying.
Honestly, you can hang on to those. And if you have, like, just an extra space somewhere, they'll come back.
I went to the mall with my cousin last night in Alexandria, and we went through. He needs to go to Hot Topic, so we went through Dillard's to get to Hot Topic.
Went through what?
Dillard's.
Oh, I thought you said Dillage. I'm like, where is that a new store?
No, Dillard's.
Dillard's, okay.
We went through Dillard's, and let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When I was walking, I had this moment when we were walking through Dillard's.
A moment? You had a moment in Dillard's? Okay.
I saw this lady that worked there. She looked like she was from the 70s. I'm like the way she was dressed, her hair and everything. And you see all these outfits, they all look like it's from the 70s. The whole store looked like it was from the 70s.
They haven't updated their store in a while.
I felt like I was in the mall from the 70s. I was like, wow, this reminds me of the mall when it was popular. Everything looked like this. It was weird. I had like this weird moment.
Maybe it just kind of it's trending back to that, or they just didn't update it since then.
It just looks old. They had like a tan carpet. I'm like, it's just weird.
That's really retro.
I'm gonna bring you to Dillard's.
You know what? I want to go there now because I kind of want to get that retro feel. I like that.
Did I just go to time machine back to when malls were a thing?
I honestly want to go there now because I want to see this. I like that old. It reminds me of my grandmother. You know, I really want to go see it. Let's go to Dillard's.
What is this new hot exercise trend, Nancy?
All right, Josh. So the New York Post says the latest trend in fitness is, quote, running and jumping on all fours like animals.
That sounds painful.
It does. And no, it's not just a cheat to get more steps in, although I could understand why people would think that. It's called quadrobics, and it's gaining traction on social media where people are showing off their bear claws and cat leaps, sometimes while wearing furry masks and tails. Okay, y'all going a little too far on that.
We have lost our minds.
I know the furry community out there is going wild. There's a whole community of furries.
I'm blaming this on COVID. Ever since we had COVID, the world has been jacked up since.
I mean, one practitioner says it's definitely a full body workout. I can see that. I've definitely lost a lot of weight since I started doing it, and I really see the definition in my body. I started getting a six-pack. I can see that.
A six-pack?
I could see how you would do that, because if you're on all fours, you're really
like that core.
Yeah, you're doing the core of the whole thing.
Nancy, watch out.
Josh is gonna do it.
Watch out.
Josh is gonna do it. Where's my phone?
Hold
I need
on,
to record
hold
this.
on.
Okay.
I want to do it, Nancy.
Josh is gonna
I need a six-pack.
Josh is gonna do it.
As we found out earlier, I have a significant other. I gotta impress her. All right.
All right. Josh is about to do the quadrobics. He's gonna get on all fours. You almost went through the glass. We're gonna call the
I actually can see how that
it works the core.
I'm burning now.
But I would not classify that as a cat or a bear. That was more like a drunk frog.
Yeah,
frog.
I would recommend start slow, though, because I think I went a little too quick. Whew.
Oh, my
We'll be right back.
Josh, you travel a lot, so
I
you
do.
stay in some hotels. So someone polled 1,000 Americans and asked, when staying at a hotel that offers toiletries, do you take them with you when you leave? Are you one of the people who do?
If I like them. There's some places you go is like, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't even use it for free. But I have a cabinet full of like little shampoos and stuff from a hotel that I like. The smell is amazing. I love it. And I'm kind of weird. We were talking about collections earlier. Mm-hmm. I don't even use these. I just have them.
You just collect them?
I got a cabinet full of them.
That's taking up space. You need to use those.
I know. I'm a weirdo. I like how they smell. So, yeah, I do take them.
Well,
and the pens and the little notepads they give you, I definitely do that.
Turns out 1 in 3 people never take them, which is crazy to me. 32% said no, not even sometimes. But 58% of us do take those tiny bottles of shampoo and conditioner home. That includes 16% or 1 in 6 people who always do. The remaining 10% said they don't stay at hotels often enough to know if they do it, which doesn't make sense to me. Like,
it's free, and
I don't stay often enough. But
I promise you, you're paying for it.
You're paying for it
of the hotel.
You are. It's
they're not giving
free
that for no reason.
Exactly. You're paying for it. Believe me. When women were twice as likely to say they'll always take that stuff home with them, 11% of guys said yes. 21% of women. I take it. You are paying for that. I promise you, they are factoring that into the cost of your room stay. So,
I'm going to take a picture and show you.
It's not like you're robbing the cart. You know what I mean?
How many I have in my house.
You need to do that. But here's my thing. It's not like you see the cart full of them, when like the turn down service, goes around. It's not like you're stealing from the cart, right?
No.
Or an open closet of them.
Yeah.
They're in your room for you to use.
Yeah, that's why
I'm
give
taking
them.
that home, but I'm like you. If I don't like the way they smell or like the little stuff, I'm not taking it. I'm going to leave it.
I still like to use my own products.
Me too.
I still bring my
but
own
I
stuff.
tell you what, it's good to have in case you run out at home. And I have before. And like I mentioned Gretchen all the time, she had so many, like you, she had so many of them saved up. She's like, I'm clearing out my cabinets, and I have so many of these. I'll never get around. Do you want some of these? I'm like, yeah, because she had some from like really great hotels, and some of them were really like name brand products they were using in these hotels. I'm like, yeah, load me up. And so I have some of these little bottles, and they come in handy. If I'm running out of shampoo or conditioner, I'm like, hey, I'm using these.
Absolutely.
So,
just be careful because the water bottles that they put in some of those bougie hotels and the snacks, sometimes those are not free.
Oh, no, they're going to charge you for that, for
those
real.
Are high.
Don't use that.
High.
I'm just talking about the little shampoo that come in your little bathroom.
And don't forget about the notepad and the pen.
Yeah, the notepad. I'm taking the notepads and pens for sure.
You're listening to the best of the Morning Q Crew. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. and subscribe to the best of the Morning Q Crew podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Let's go! Q93.